I work as a corporate nurse. 1 month off duty, 1 month on duty. And there's nothing like night shift. It's just 9 to 5, 9 to 5. Yes, they gave us accommodation. Our transportation, yes, they also provided transportation. And there's electricity 24/7.
At this point, let me just ask, are you working in Nigeria? Are we working in the same country? If I build my CV and I have all these qualifications that you mentioned, what sites can I find jobs? Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It is NurseAfenomi Jessica if you're seeing my face for the first time. And please don't make this your last. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. And let's get straight into today's video. We're going to have another guest on the Beyond the Bedside series. This nurse is different from the normal nurse that you know. She treats people but not in the hospital. She's a registered nurse that focuses on the health and safety of employees in her workplace. So we're having our first ever occupational health nurse here. Please clap for her in the comment section. We're going to hear from you now. Please introduce yourself, tell us about your work, and give us your social media handles.
Hi guys, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you come across this video. My name is Nurse Salome. I am an occupational health nurse, but not the regular ones that work in sites. I work as a corporate nurse, Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. The popular 9 to 5ers. Yes, I'm a 9 to 5er nurse. Yes. Wow. I'm on Instagram and TikTok. You can find me on Instagram at Nurse Salme, just Nurse Salme. Then on TikTok is also Nurse Salme. Yes.
We're so happy to have you here today. Welcome to my YouTube channel, and thank you for collaborating with me. So, okay, before we go into your work, occupational health nursing, what school did you attend and how was school for you?
Okay, so I attended School of Nursing, St. Luke's Anglican School of Nursing. It's in Usasa, Zaria, Kaduna State. And I would say the kind of student I was this 50-50 student. I was the student that when it comes to exam, she was always serious. But whenever it comes to classes, I was not serious. So they saw me as the fashionista of the set. I liked dressing up and all that. So most times the tutor, they see me as, are you sure this girl knows what she came here to do? And then on the other hand, some other people see me like, I think this girl knows what she came here to do. So I was a 50-50 student. Whenever it comes to exam time, I was always serious. But whenever it comes to classes, lectures, I skipped clinical postings a lot.
Wow. Oh my God. That means you're every lecturer's nightmare at this point, because skipping clinicals. You say your school is in what state?
Zaria, Kaduna State.
Kaduna. Oh, this is the first time I'm actually hearing about it. How was council exams? That's every nursing student's fear. The first exam that will shake you. How was it for you?
Council exam was, I did not really have that fear when I wanted to write council, because I had school mothers and school fathers that like put me through right from PTS, and they told me that the first step to failing council is your fear. The first step to failing council is your fear. Most times, most people are out. We had a lot of brilliant people in my set that did not make council. And if they would tell me that I will make council in one sitting, I would say it's a lie. It was then I understood that actually the first step to council is eradicating your fears. And as that's, I think, proper preparation also, and then I made the necessary questions I had to ask from people, my seniors, and they put me through. And I would say council was actually, our school had an issue with foreign trained students, so it affected all our first results, but then only our practicals. Then we had to do practicals again, and then it was actually okay. The only issue I had was with OSCE. The only issue I had was with my OSCE.
You that used to miss practicals.
Yes. So the only issue I had was with my OSCE. But then I I don't know, I had this playful attitude. So people that were there, instead of them to ask like basic questions about the OSCE procedures, their attention actually got divided, and then we just moved into another conversation. We're having a separate conversation. So I would say that it was God that actually helped me on that.
I swear.
OSCE for me, oh my God. I think even if you used to attend practicals, like OSCE is just a very anyhow course. I mean, what would I call it? It can really mess with somebody. After school, did you work in the bedside at any point?
Yes, I did. Finished in 2021, and I worked bedside nursing for, I think, 3 years. I did bedside for 3 years.
Did you do this in like a government hospital or a private hospital, or was it also occupational health?
I never liked government hospitals, so it was just private. I worked in an Indian hospital, then I worked in 2 private hospitals, so it was just private, solely private.
So you have always been there, please, soft life. I'm not about to. Okay, that's nice. The reason why I'm asking this is that at a point in this video, I want you to compare where you're working now with bedside nursing. At this point, you're done with school, you've written your council exams, and you have worked in the bedside. So at what point, when you're working in the hospital, at what point did you say, let me start looking for jobs outside this hospital? Or was it like an impromptu thing? How did you find where the company you're working in now?
I'd say it was more like an impromptu stuff, because the last hospital I was working, I'm not going to mention names, but the staff treatment was actually poor, and I was already motivated to I was searching different places. But funny enough, I never knew anything about occupational health nursing. So most places where I was applying to, they were just private hospitals. Then there was a female doctor that came for locum in our hospital. Then that day she just called me and was like, Sally, what's your qualification? I said, I have my RN. She said, okay, do you have your BSc? I said, no, not yet, it's in view. She said, okay, I'll send you a number now. Just call them, then let them know that you'll be coming for interview. And when she sent it, I saw the name. I'm like, but this is not an hospital. She said, just go. I said, okay, ma. So that was how I went. I applied. Then they just told me, when you are coming, bring this, that. Do you have this? Do you have that? I said, yes, okay. Then I went for the interview, and then they told me, you'll be resuming next week. Do you have a basic idea? Do you have a basic knowledge about first aid, emergency training, AED? Do you know how to use AED? Do you know how to use the ECG? Do you know how to do CPR? So those are the basic questions they asked when I went for the interview, and they told me you'll be resuming next month. I was like, okay. And that was it.
If you put like 20 nurses together, and then you ask which of them knows occupational health nursing, I'm sure that maybe half, I would even say half or one, because a lot of people are not aware of occupational health nursing. I remember in school there was a time that internship, there was a time that one girl was like, oh mommy, I'm not doing my internship in any hospital, I'm going to do it in oil company. So me, I'm just like, what are you going to look for in I'm like, what are you going to look for in oil company? She's like, she has a friend that is working in Shell that is earning like 400k, whatever. And I'm like, I can just imagine, what is she doing there? Do you get? That was when I started making research. I'm like, no, that means there are nurses working in all these companies. I had to think about it. Yes, most of these companies actually need the facilities of a nurse to be on standby. Yes. When you went to apply, okay, you already mentioned that some of the things they needed were training in basic life support. You mentioned ECG.
Yes, ECG.
Okay. Was that like a requirement?
I don't know, but I feel like it was just maybe just a basic requirement for them. Yes. Because they said they had the ECG machine. The nurse on duty, I think you should be able to use it.
Train.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. What do occupational nurses do?
Basically, occupational health nurses usually, instead of saying patients, like we say in bedside nursing, so in occupational health nurse, we refer them to employees. So you are like taking care of employees in a workplace, maybe a company, an oil company, and the likes of it here. So you just take care of them in the workplace.
You said that they can work in different facilities, like you mentioned, companies. Then, like where you work now, is it an oil company? Is it a tech company? Like what kind of company
No,
is it?
I don't work in a oil company. I work in a tech company.
Tech company. Okay, so I can work in a tech company. I can work in an oil company. I can work in any company basically, right?
Any company, basically, you can work in any company. Even banks.
Wow.
You can also work in a bank, yes.
Are you
Like
serious?
I have a few friends that are in Zenith Bank. That work in Zenith Bank, yes.
Banks also need nurses. So at this point, we can say like every single company in this world, there's life.
Where there is life.
There's a nurse.
Yes.
Okay. Say now, I want to go into occupational health nursing, and I want to build my CV. Yes, you've mentioned some of the things that they would need, like ECG training, ALS, and the rest of that. How do I even apply? Do I like just walk and then I'll see a company and I'll be like, okay, please, is there vacancy for a nurse or whatever? Like, is there an online site that I can apply? Is there like a Google site? There's this app, is it LinkedIn or something?
LinkedIn. Yes.
So will I see it on Instagram? Will I see, like, if I build my CV and I have all these qualifications that you mentioned, what sites can I find jobs?
After I got this job, I searched on LinkedIn one day and I wrote occupational health nurse vacancy. And then after then I've been getting notifications. Like the last one I got was at Dangote's refinery. I saw a position for occupational health nurse closing so time. So most of all this occupational health nurse job, most of their offers don't come out, especially before it comes out, it is taken. So it's always like, yes,
so it's like hot cake.
Exactly. So it's like hot cake, and then maybe they announce it in the company that, okay, we are looking for a nurse and something. So amongst 80% of the employee, there's always one person that has a nurse, either as a friend, as a sister, and as that, they are grabbing the opportunity as it's coming out. So the few ones that comes out, maybe you can see them on LinkedIn. And another thing is associating with another occupational health nurse. Okay, if there's an opening in your company, can you please put me through? Blah blah blah. Okay, the person. Okay, I know this person wants a job in an occupational health nurse. Yes, so I think the major place I know of is LinkedIn. LinkedIn is the major site where you can get this occupational health nurse.
Okay, thank you. If I'm building my CV, do they require that work experience from so company? Let me say you have like a few work experience from this company. Okay, imagine I don't even have ALS, I don't even have all those ECG trainings. Is there a way that I can get it online? Like, I don't even know how people get this thing, because I know that there are schools that bring people and then you can do basic life support, CPR and all of that, and they'll give you certificates. But like for me, that I didn't get that experience, can I do it online?
Yes, I think there are some specific people that you can meet, that they still run it. They run it like online. Yes, they run it online. But then my company, when I went for the interview, they asked me if I did my own online or physical. And I said I did it online. And they said, okay, we can manage that. But they needed someone that attended the classes physically. They needed someone that attended the class physically. There are 2 nurses. In about 6 months, they now brought someone to coach us physically themselves. Most of this company, they prefer when you attend it physically than just having anybody can just attend online and just get the certificate, but they want to make sure, exactly, so they want to make sure you know what you learnt, and you can actually it's not just by okay, yes, everybody's can do 1 2 counts to 30 so yes. So I feel like if you want to build up your CV on that aspect, if you cannot I'll advise you go for the physical training. I think American Arts Association, they have branches, they have outlets in Lagos and Abuja that I know of, that you can actually apply, and then they have a specific date. Then maybe they'll just fix you to that date. Okay, come to so place for the training and all that. Yes, so I think basically I would advise you go for the physical training than the online training. But both can still serve. Yes.
So you're saying that as a nurse, if I'm trying to apply and I have just my maybe BLS, maybe I don't have ECG or whatever, I can still, there are still chances for me to get in there.
Of course. Of course, there are still chances.
And then the company trains me.
Yes, there are still chances of it.
Okay.
All right. I would like to know how the work environment is, because I have this, I don't know if I'll say it's like a misconception. I've only worked in government hospitals all my life, like from when I was in school till doing my internship, even NYC. I feel like, but now I'm like, I might run away from the government hospital space, but I've only worked in government hospitals. Private hospitals, I don't know, I just have this ideology that they use their nurses. Man, I feel like they use nurses because in a government hospital, yes, they are using nurses here, but because there are so many nurses, like the ones working in maternity are not the ones working in A&E or whatever. But I feel like in a private hospital, they might just have, the whole hospital might just have like 1 nurse, 2 nurses.
And then they want to finish them. Do you get?
Yeah, I get.
So is that how it is?
It was actually, when I worked in the private hospitals I worked in, it was like that. It was ethic. I would say it was like that. Yes, you work 2 months, you work 2 days on, then you are getting 1 day off. You work 4 days nights, and then they are giving you 2 days off. But in the company I work, we resume 9, then we close 5. We resume work 9, we close 5, Monday to Fridays, and we are 2 nurses. And it's a chilled job, I'll say. It's a chilled work.
Can you imagine? Hey, God, I beg. The smile on your face. You're trying to say that the working environment is totally different.
Totally different. It feels like you're going to the office. Then it feels like you're going to the office. Yes, you just dress up, go to the office. And it's not compulsory we wear scrub. They don't make it. They even prefer if you wear your corporate. They prefer when you wear your corporates to work. Wear your trousers, your heels, and all that. So they prefer it that way. Just come to work
heels.
looking
Hey,
neat.
Jesus.
Yes, they prefer come to work looking neat, look your best. So I'll say it's very different, very, very different.
Wow.
I was going to ask how many days a week you work, but you already said you work from Mondays to Fridays, so that's like 5 days a week.
Yes, and we get off.
Oh. Like within the week or at the end of the month?
No, 1 month off, 1 month on, 1 month off duty, 1 month on duty. And there's nothing like night shift, it's just 9 to 5, 9 to 5.
Wait. So if you're working in January, you have February off.
Yes.
What?
Yes.
Oh my God. Talk about work-life balance. That is, oh my God. So the whole of the January itself, you're not even working on weekends. No weekends, no night shifts, Monday to Friday, 1 month on, 1 month off. That is beautiful. I was going to ask about annual leaves too, but the fact that they give you 1 month off, 1 month, do they? Nothing like that. It's
enough.
It's enough, I swear. That thing is like, wait, you're working 6 months in a year. That's enough annual leave. Oh my God. Oh my, I'm just here blushing, but okay. I would also imagine that in that kind of workspace, you have a very good relationship with your colleagues. Both
Yes.
the other nurse there, the other staffs there. Yeah, because one
Yes.
signature, one beautiful signature about Nigerian hospitals is you know, the environment is so toxic. It's just too toxic. Do you
Yes.
get? And overall, it starts to affect your well-being in every
Exactly.
single way. So I would imagine that this kind of
Yeah.
place is more, the work environment is more beautiful.
Exactly.
Oh, that's nice.
Yes.
Another part I want you to talk about is your well-being as a staff. Most of these companies, I would imagine that they have a plan for your transportation or your accommodation. So, how is it like in your own company?
Okay, so us, yes, they gave us accommodation, very conducive accommodation, and also our transportation. Yes, they also provided transportation, and there's electricity 24/7.
At this point, let me just ask: are you working in Nigeria? Are we working in the same country? Jesus! So they give you accommodation, transportation is
Yeah.
provided. What?
Yes.
Wow, that's very nice. So what about the proximity, the place you live, the distance between the place and your workplace? Is it far?
Mm,
It's not actually far. It's just about 10 minutes drive. It's just about 10 minutes drive. It's 10 minute drive.
okay.
So this accommodation is the place you're working, is it on the island? Is it on the mainland?
It is on the island.
So you have
On the island.
free accommodation on the island, free transportation to work. You're not working every month. Oh, chim, at this point. Okay. This is a very interesting one. Everybody's going to be amazed. Like, what in this country? You guys should just wait for the videos. Wait for her day in the life. You see the texture of the quality of the videos. Okay, so what about feeding? At this point, they've already done enough. So even if they are not feeding you, please.
Yeah.
You feed
Please.
yourself.
But
Okay, you feed yourself.
yes.
Okay, so I also want you to talk
Yes.
about the salary finances. You don't have to mention what you are earning, but I just want you to compare it to bedside. Moving from bedside to occupational health, even though they provide you with all these juicy offers like accommodation, transportation, and all of that, do you would you say that your finances have also improved?
Yes, I'm smiling. I said a big time, big yes.
Yay!
A very big yes.
Oh my god.
A very big yes. Like when I was working in bedside, before your salary comes, you'd have budgeted, you want to get this, you want to get that, and then you now found out that Jesus, this salary is not even enough to do what I want to do. You cannot stand on your own, you have to depend on someone else, and if you don't have anybody else, you just have to keep forcing, trying to work with locum. But I would say yes, a very big yes, because if they were not paying me well, my 1 month off, I'd have been doing locum. But then my 1 month off, I'm not thinking of locum or anything. I just enjoy my off. So I'd say yes, there's actually a very big difference. And then the financial part is, yes, it's very okay.
Okay, so at this point, let me just pause the camera. Do your company, do they take coppers? Just like because I can imagine. No, 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 no. Please tell us. Do they take coppers?
Actually, I think they take up as, but in the health sector, I don't know about that, because it's just me and the other nurse that's been working for like over a while.
Wow.
Okay, so
Yes.
I've added this into my gallery. Immediately I'm done with NYSC, I'm going to start searching. What do you call that app? LinkedIn, Abby?
Please,
Oh,
definitely.
I'm going to start
LinkedIn.
searching. I'm going to start searching. Like my life depends on it. I'm just so excited that nursing has, diversified so much that we have options like this for people. And yeah, that's actually so nice. So at this point, just give us like a very short comparison between bedside and working in a company doing corporate nursing?
Okay, I'd say, to me, I'd say bedside nursing was working in the dark, and occupational health nursing is working in the light.
Wow. Looking at my book now, I'm almost done with the questions I have to ask, and I don't even think I've scratched the main, because now we have Nurse Salme, sorry. She has to answer all our questions. At this point, if you guys have any questions, just go straight to her social media handles. I'm going to be leaving it here, and the link is also going to be in my bio. So you can ask her all the questions you have, and I'm sure she would give you an answer. Now, there's this popular misconception that nurses are supposed to be in the hospital. So now that you have moved out of the hospital and you're working a more corporate job, do you ever feel inferior? And this question is weird because I'm asking you, I'm thinking about it, I'm putting myself in the shoes, like if I was earning, if I had accommodation on the island, feel inferior for who? But there are people that might still feel like, because while I was in my internship, there was this, I don't know how to put it, like, where are you specializing? If you mention somewhere that is not so, people will be like, oh, I'm doing anesthesia, I'm doing, there was that tension while we're there. Even in school, people are like, oh, where are you going to do it? Oh, please, me, I'm going abroad, I'm going to do like, so this part of nursing. So do you ever, like, maybe when you're scrolling through social media and you're seeing that, oh, there are nurses that are doing this, are you ever like, more, I like this job and all, but I wish I was working in the hospital?
I can remember last week I had a conversation with my other colleague, and she was like, Sally, do you ever want to return to the bedside? And I'm like, are you okay for asking me that question? I have never felt inferior for leaving bedside. No. I've never felt inferior for leaving bedside. The major thing for me is career progression, and also working on my studies. I mean, working in bedside, it was very hard to, maybe you have exam this month, you're on duty this week, and then you have to get somebody else to cover your shift, you have to pay for locum. But working as an occupational health nurse, I can defer my exam to like my entire month off. So I've never felt inferior or anything. Never.
You talked about career progression. That's another thing I have on my list here, because one thing about me, like, if I'm staying somewhere, I get bored easily. I want to move to another level. I want to go to another level. So, and it was so exciting to, like, be okay. Before NYSC, before internship, I was a nursing officer. After internship, I became a senior nursing officer. I've moved higher in the cadre. So do you have that in occupational nursing? Like, within your company, is it like level 1, level 2, or does your salary remain the same, like, no matter the years you've worked there? Or maybe as you're getting more certifications, like you're learning your ECG, you're learning other things, then your salary will increase. So do you have something like that?
Yes, I'd say we don't really have a how do I explain it? There's no specific ranking.
Okay.
Like, maybe the more you stay, the higher this you get this. No. But I'd say the only extra ranking we have is I'd say your salary.
Oh.
The longer you stay, yes, the more your salary increases after a year, after 2 years, after 3 years.
Wow.
So it increases that way. And then if you are to start, maybe, okay, you're tired of this place, and then you have to start looking out to other places, and you still want to be an occupational health nurse, I think your years of experience as an occupational health nurse is an added advantage for you. Like, let's say, okay, you've had 2 years of occupational health nursing, or 3 years of occupational health, of occupational health nursing, and then there's someone with 0 years of experience. I feel like they are going to pick you first hand, because you already have experience. So yes, I'll say the only advantage we have is just salary increments. And then if you want to further your studies, you are good to go. Nobody's stopping you. Just keep going.
Okay, that's nice. Yeah, a day in your life at work, what does it look like?
Wake up in the morning, I take my bed, I follow the boss to work, then I clock in, then it takes about maybe 30 minutes. A day, we might have we have just few people that come to the clinic, few beneath 10 and that. I attend to them, I check vitals, majorly blood pressure, temperature, then some medical records. You do more of yes, I must be a computer literate. Forgot to add that. So you do more of Excel, you do more of record keeping, yes. So you do more of that. And then from 12 to 1:30, I have my lunch break. I can do anything. I can watch movies. I can decide to stroll out and come back by 1:30. So after that, yes, continue. The work continues. Then 5, close, follow staff boss, go back home. That's it.
Wow. That's so refreshing to hear. So the final thing I have here is, do you have any advice for nurses that want to go into this space?
Okay, nurses, I want to progress from
Bedside,
to
yes.
Please come to the lights.
Wow.
Come to the light. Let the light shine on you.
Oh
Leave
my
the
God.
dark, please.
Leave the dark. I'm running to the light like this. What?
So I'd really say, aside occupational health nurses, I know that nursing has actually progressed. Nursing has progressed, and there is more to just staying in bedside. If you want to come to occupational health nurse, it is a very, very, will I say lucrative? But it's a very, very lucrative part of nursing. You have this different mentality. There, as we all know, there are a lot of mental abuse in bedside nursing. You get abused by patient's relative, you get slashed by your fellow colleagues and all that. So in occupational health nurse, there's zero or nothing like that. There's actually nothing like that. Another advantage of occupational health nursing is you feel, I don't know how to put it, but you feel this confidence. There's this confidence in you because you get to stand and you get to talk to workers, like maybe 5,000, 10,000 workers.
Wow.
You get to advise them, yes, on their well-being. So as that, you get this confidence. And then I'd say, actually, please, there's more to nursing than bedside. There's more to nursing than bedside, yes.
Okay. So you mentioned health education. Is that also a key part of occupational health nursing?
It's like let's say out of 100, maybe 5%.
Oh.
Maybe once in a year.
Okay.
They can just gather all the workers and then you just give a brief health talk on their health, yes, and workspace hygiene. Yes, so just maybe once in a year.
Okay. Okay, so like you said, there are different companies that occupational nurses can work in. So I would imagine that an occupational nurse working in all these kind of companies that they have to go to sites, they receive more people, right? And then at that point, you can actually even call them patients because some of them might be wounded and all of that. So that one is still occupational health nursing, but it's not as soft as.
Yeah, it's not as, so I think they call those ones site nurse. They
Site
call them
nurses,
site nurses.
okay.
Yes, those site nurses. Yes.
So they help in also taking care of cars, but these ones might come with injuries and all that. Okay.
Yes.
So I've seen a few occupational health nurses on TikTok. I think I saw one that was even working in the boats, like she called herself a marine nurse or something. And then she was working with them on the boats, water sites. I'm like, okay, maybe I'm not up for this one. In case the boats just decide to do like this. But I'm guessing that in that kind of job, one of the requirements will be that you know how to swim. I'm just
Actually, yes.
So, and then I've seen another one working in a more, site work that everywhere is muddy, and then they have those their
That's
boots.
weather,
Yes.
helmet and boots and all that.
Okay. So I also love that even the occupation, nursing is diverse. Occupational health nursing is also diverse in its own sense. For those people wishing to go through these parts, they are certifications that they need to get, like you've mentioned, building their CV, applying for those jobs, constantly checking because the job safe na hot cake, and then is there like, do they hold seminars for you guys like the way they do in the hospital? In the hospital, at least, even as bad as it is, once in a month or something, we'll come together and we'll do like a health meet. Okay, everybody talk, learning trends in healthcare. But because your work is a more corporate work, do they do something like that?
I'd say yes, they do. They do seminars, but then most of the seminars they do, they are like tech related seminars.
Okay.
So while you're attending, you're not attending as a nurse, you're attending as an employee, and then you also get to get some informations. That's why I say it's creative. So funny,
Yeah.
you might be living there as a nurse, and you might already be like a tech nurse, a middle stage tech
Right.
nurse. Yes.
You might even start developing an interest in tech. You're like, maybe I should transition into this. Okay. Wow.
Yes.
That's nice. So I think I've asked everything I have here. Thank you so much for being with me today. Do you have any other thing to add? Like anything that you feel like, this is very important?
Yes. So for anybody trying to go into the occupational health nurse sector, I think firstly, what you should do is try to build your CV. Make your CV interesting. I'm not saying we should lie, but even if you've not worked in like a very, very strong company, you can just have it as an as an SS advantage that okay, you've gone for postings, and in your postings you've been the one, you took care of this yourself, Yes. So one of the major stuff for occupational health nurses, you are able to control the place yourself. You're able to hold the grounds yourself, yes. And then, like I said, AED, you have to have your AED certificate, your BLS certificate, your ALS certificate, and not all company uses the ECG stuff, as I mentioned. Yeah, so I think those are the basic step. Those are the major things they require.
At this point, you guys have heard from the horse's mouth.
Yes.
Come to the light. Come to the light. I'm also going to be doing my own research on occupational health nursing. If you have any questions, comment or go to her. In fact, go to her social media and just reach out to her. And I'm sure she'll have all the answers for you. Thank you so much for coming today. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and also follow Nurse Salme on all her social media platforms. And I'll see you in my next video.